Hey, hi there, Craig. How's your day?
Don't talk, dude.
I think Craig's gone mute now because of all we wasted him last time.
True. Hello, everyone. This is Midnight77 here, and welcome back to another episode of The Nerds of Remnant, going to another review of the latest RWBY episode. I am here with your host, Hunter here, the voice of God.
I command you to vote for the blue team. Not the U.S. politics. That's over it. I mean, blue team is in like blue team on red versus blue. Fuck politics. Caboose. Hello.
Don't curse the politics. And we have Rose Petal here, the voice of White Schnee and the fiery Cinderfall.
And I sip tea.
And here we have my uncle here, Mr. Wiccan, who is played by Mr. Ghosty.
Greeting.
Is he actually your uncle?
And
It's a good question. Is he actually your uncle?
actually,
That is the question we all know.
Technically, I'm a bunch of people's uncles.
That's my uncle.
technically in Dragon Ball, Piccolo can be considered as Gohan's uncle and potentially father figure. So Wiccan can be stated as Blaze's uncle.
What the hell am I doing here now? I was just sleeping and then...
Hey, Craig.
God, not you people again.
Yes, it's us.
Don't act like you don't love us, Craig. You love us, Craig.
My God, we missed you so much.
Don't patronize me, asshole. Take that snooty little attitude of yours and jump off a cliff.
That is a lady you're talking to.
Now, why would I make you jump off the cliff? We need you here, Craig.
Rather not.
You're here to make sure we don't go off topic.
Mm-hmm.
And just be generally entertaining.
Right.
Fucking
That's
masochist.
our motto here. Not wanting for the viewers of RWBY Volume 8. You're gonna get spoiled. I haven't exactly said that. And also to those who are wondering why I have not gotten edited the pictures in the episode 2, I'm sorry. Thanksgiving week came along. Speaking of which, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And be thankful for the people who love you and support you, because that's what they do when they're around you.
And to those of you who are not in America, not celebrating Thanksgiving, because I know in certain countries like Canada it's in October, happy nondescript fall holiday. There, I'm a word about that.
We still celebrate Black Friday here in Australia, and we still hate all the scalpers that bought PS5s and Xboxes just to steal them. Like a bunch of people camped outside like a GameStop, and they only had like 2 PS5s or Xboxes there.
God.
Honestly,
I just hope
I
they were
could
wearing
sit there
masks.
with popcorn. They better be.
Mhm.
I'm gonna be just watching that. I'm just gonna sit there, eat my popcorn, and I'll be like, fight, 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 fight.
Watch the arrogant people we all know and love kill each other. That's the whole.
I want to hear the Karens demand to speak to the manager.
The only time I've ever saw a Black Friday was when in South Park, when everyone killed each other and the whole entire shop was nothing but a bloody mess. Fun times in the fireworks.
Nice.
What lovely fireworks.
The people in your bloody references.
Hey, it's easier being dark and fun instead of light and boring. Anyway.
Be neither and go back to bed.
You're staying, Craig. We need you.
Fuck off.
We love you too. Anyway, we're here for RWBY Volume 8, Episode 3, when we're gonna break it down and review and say the pros and cons. What could have worked? So we begin after nor seemingly sucked up Weiss. Seemed that they all sucked each other up all around inside Atlas.
We don't talk about.
Who pressed the button for Blake?
Thank you very much.
But who pressed the button for Blake is my first question. I can assume like one of the
Like
Atlas droids did it for her.
Or one of the Happy Huntresses who is still in there.
Yeah.
Because May
What's it
went
called?
in
There
there. Because May was there with them. May was there with them, but in episode 2 there was this other Happy Huntress that was with them. Fuck, I forgot her name. I forgot all the Happy Huntresses' names. I'm sorry.
They're kind of irrelevant, but what's it called? I know them. There's the Sheep Girl's Fiona, the trans one, which is the blue-haired one that's with them, is May.
Oh, Joanna. Yeah, Joanna was with them during episode 2, so she could have pressed the button.
Joanna's
muscly.
what's it called? Muscular one.
She's the one that goes, either you're helping or you're baggage.
She's the buff girl.
So they snuck Penny in. So they snuck inside Atlas to what they were about to do. I'm sorry, I have not been too much familiar with episode 3, but miracle, a miracle in how Penny was able to describe Ruby's semblance. Turns out it's not super speed. In fact, it's just Ruby's molecules that turn into roses.
Here, I'm gonna have my fake Penny impression explain it.
Actually, Sir Midnight, Ruby's semblance is super speed, but it's actually a side effect of her breaking down to a molecular structure. So she still has super speed, but since her semblance is evolved, no longer matters.
Which is somewhat questionable. I understand what they're trying to say, because what's it called? But
with superpower,
that's somewhat incorrect. Yeah, I know it's pseudoscience and whatnot.
Bullshit, magic and wizards, and yet you can.
And all of a sudden, they can play with magic drugs.
Mm-hmm.
The good stuff.
No wonder you people are hyperactive as shit.
And I know you sniff that dust, Gozy. I know you sniff that dust.
Man, I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. I'm keeping quiet.
Alright, moving back to episode 3 before I get yelled at.
So, as Penny goes and do whatever she did, it seems me and Highlander were right. Or Highlander to be specific.
Yeah.
Turns out that Ironwood is using Watts to hack into Penny. Why he has not done it in volume 3, and not volume 3, sorry, volume 7, I have no idea. But
he's hacking for those death flags, guys.
Yay! It seems the projection became correct. Though it feels a little weird that surprisingly the next time we see Watts, he's already just trying to hack Penny for Ironwood. Like no dialogue on like, oh, what do you want from me? And Ironwood's like, hey, I'm gonna need your help on something if you want to be free. It's just a simple, we see Watts doing this now. Oh, okay, but you know, I'll allow it, I guess.
Yeah, well, what's it called? To quickly answer why he didn't why Watts didn't hack Penny in Volume 3. Technically speaking, the Cinder's plan happened over the course of 2 days. Her plan to involve...
No, not Volume 3, sorry. I miscorrect that. Volume 7, I'm sorry.
Well, what's it called? Even that's also explained here as well. The reason Watts apparently didn't hack her is because apparently Pietro was smart enough to put more defenses in place, despite the fact that there wasn't really much reason to involve, because Volume 3, she wasn't hacked. Volume 7, apparently he went a step ahead, which, to be fair, considering that Ironwood's whole army got hacked through one exclusive place, in the air at that, because obviously he got the virus that infected all the robots happened on the airship, which seems like a very massive flaw in the army, but that's digressing. The fact that every unit got hacked through a single system is probably good enough reason for Pietro to say, yeah, no, I'm not gonna do that. So I'll allow it.
We'll allow it here.
You think they would try to hack her like when they first discovered that she existed?
Like, it's a bit of a discrepancy, but they're at the very least they've tried to cover it, which I'll hesitantly give them the points for considering.
Yeah, it feels weird. It feels weird, but I'll allow it. So then, in the midst of Battlefield, we are greeted with the greatest outfit defense force of all time, the four amigos, the Cra-I troopers, the A-Star. Yeah, I'm just kidding. They're not the A-Stop. They're the joke stop.
Can we just talk about how much I hate Harriet now?
Yeah, please go ahead and rant. I can feel one coming.
No one likes Harriet.
This wasn't even just because of her one scene in Volume 3. The moment I saw her do that scout, I'm like, oh god, she's gonna try and play leader and be all cocky and ew, and she did, and I'm like,
At least her.
I hate her. I hate her so much. I hate her All Might looking hair.
How I describe?
Look at it. It looks like All Might from My Hero Academia. If you're editing this, put it up on the screen. Look at the top of his head and look at hers. Tell me they don't look similar.
At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they made a character that looks like any of the characters.
I agree.
You hate her enough to kill her?
This guys. This how I describe Harriet. She is basically a skinny gender bend All Might with a fucked up RWBY personality.
No. Listen. That no, don't compare her to All Might. I get that her hairs look like All Might, but she is not that character. I, for one, love All Might in My Hero Academia. He's a phenomenal character and best dad in the show, aside from Aizawa. However, Harriet, on the other hand, is a fucking bad character, and I hate her so much.
Guy.
I can't get out of my head Christopher Sabath voicing that character.
No, just her physical look. I'm not saying she is like Iron Might, but I'm just saying that her physical appearance just looks like a cheap ripoff. Her face looks like a cheap ripoff. Her hair is a cheap ripoff. Please tell us we're lying. Please, people, tell me and Rose that we're lying. Tell me that this does not look like a cheap ripoff of Albite. Tell me when they designed her that they did not just had to find a way to say, hey, let's give her All Might's hair and try and make sure we did not get sued in copyright. Tell me this is
just the hair you hate her for?
Don't get me wrong. With the other
shot of her hair?
Do you think that the in-universe reason is that the show exists in RWBY?
Also we meet cute boy Muro, Emotionless Vine, and Fang's waifu Elm.
Don't get me wrong, I love Mero. I think he's one of the best boy characters in the show. And Elm is precious, especially since her appearance is so unique compared to the other cast, who's basically just hourglass figures for the entire cast. I'm kind of neutral on Vine. I like that his personality fleshes out the group, but he kind of looks like that dude from Infinity War that Iron Man called Squidward.
If you ask me, he doesn't like any of the Aesop's at all, to be honest.
A few moments later.
So interesting. But since he doesn't know about said powers and stuff, he's kind of useless. He basically magic X'd Machina and hit his way out of getting shot.
I mean, what's it called? He did get his ass beaten by a simple Grim, so I joke.
Oh yeah, which Yang, Jean, and Red did absolutely nothing because they're using Oscar as a shield. Bro, as you're distracting him using the shield as Oscar, Yang can freaking just punch a bullet at him and boom. It's not that hard, guys. It's not that hard.
Remember, the thing turned around, put the boy down as it dramatically grew wings and they stood there for 25 seconds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and everyone knows those are the Salem wings from the intro.
They stood there for 20 seconds.
More and more I hear about the series, the more I think about it. It's starting to get more and more anime cliched.
Mm-hmm.
It was founded on that, really.
I'm just saying, episode 2, we finally got a happy scene. It's a miracle. Everyone make a wish.
Well, I mean, the comedy in this episode, I personally thought it wasn't completely inoffensive. Like maybe I'm just desensitized from last volume's tonally bad comedy, but like this episode, I was on board with a bit of the comedy, like the whole up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start with Penny. I thought that was very in character for Penny, despite the fact that she's, she's got a couple things on her mind in the back of her head.
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, I'm prepared to accept this. Maybe it's because my cold dead heart still beats for Penny in a non-creepy way. I say not creepy because I'm not sure whether or not I should consider her a waifu or a husbando, because remember Pietro's soul.
You're making too many questions that the internet will probably answer in the most disgusting way. Don't bring up any more.
Exactly.
Don't encourage them.
My face and my mind right now is just dial-up noises.
That's what happens when
It's
you
a classic.
ask too many questions in RWBY. When you think too hard.
At least that the voice chin.
It's like when you think of RWBY, it's like you try and think of many times about the show, but every time you do, your thoughts and feelings for it just go sink deeper and deeper and deeper.
I mean,
down.
The main thing about the episode isn't the comedy. It isn't exactly the Aesops either. It's about Penny, which we just discussed, and Nora's potential arc as she tries to discover who she is without Ren. I like the little therapy session she had with Blake and Weiss. And I like because she became confident and said, be strong and hit stuff. And she went freaking Super Saiyan and it was awesome. And she's actually, in my opinion, pretty close to taking best girl spot. But that's a little while away from now.
She'll never take my best girl spot. They'll always go for ice cream girl.
Neo-simp.
I mean, you say that, but what's it called? She's now playing second fiddle to Cinder, so not really much I can tell you other than you're simping for someone who's simping for what's it called?
No. Emerald simping for Cinder.
Yeah, Neo doesn't care about Cinder. She only wants there because she wants the Avengers death.
Well, Neo her. She's like, oh dear God, do I want to die or not?
At this point, I don't simp for any of them. Because, mercy. They've
Kazi, if you can simp whoever you want, but don't simp for the kitty.
I don't simp. I smack. And some of these people deserve good smacking upside the damn head, fucking idiots.
I approve of that answer.
If we have a quote wall,
quality is my damn philosophy. Some of these bitches need some smacking upside the head to get their focus straight.
That's true.
Okay, but like in all seriousness, if we end up making a quote wall that's gonna be high up there, I don't simp, I smack.
Which she smacked for?
No stanky ass woman trying to rub against me because they think I got something they need. Fuck off with that.
And you're a snack.
But quite literally the definition of begone thought.
Yeats.
I play a character that's asexual.
It's ironic when Hunter texted me that he was ready. I just had to encourage. I had to talk to my friends to not don't encourage this fictional character. She's bad.
For the record, we do not encourage violence. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Like your life. It's just a joke.
Humor, people. Relax.
Our humor.
Don't get your panties in a twist.
Seriously.
I mean, for God's sake, you look in the mirror and you got your panties in a twist because you think you're ugly. So what's the point in trying to get a panties in a twist if you can't think of a different opinion?
I feel like that's the problem with every single. I feel like that's the problem with the community we live in.
That's the problem with the world at the moment. That's digressing.
Let's get off of that topic because it's going to get depressing if we do.
Next one, fan theories. What do you guys think about Mercury possibly taking one of Salem's council's place, or at least getting promoted?
I mean, what's it called? One of my friends is I'm sure she's crying internally because she hoped, what's it called? Her crack ship is a disabler.
Who?
I think she's desperate enough to accept it.
What the heck? What's disabler?
Gauntlets and Greaves, more accurately. I called it disabler.
Ew.
I mean, she always did take me for a person that goes for the younger age, so.
Oh God! You mean
Never
Mercury and
say
Yang?
those words ever again.
Well,
I mean, it's around one of my main channels. Well, actually, it's not. It wasn't exactly actually the main channels, but like because back then when Mercy was around here, I allowed Gauntlets and Greaves to be a channel, a server regular.
You're one to talk, Mr. Wysex Adam.
I have a reason for it.
We don't talk about ships. Moving on. What do you guys think about the Mercury theory about him possibly getting promoted to Salem's council?
I mean, if he does, then I think that's definitive proof that someone's going to die. And given that Watts was left out, I'd hope he does, because he was kind of overdue from last volume. I feel we were robbed of a villain death, even though he did nothing. Nothing to determine his threat level, I suppose.
I think Penny's going to kill him after she gets hacked.
Probably that, or like Ironwood's just going to go, yeah, bye-bye, bang.
He's been pretty.
Would actually be a good improvement.
Past few episodes.
That's better than doing absolutely fucking nothing. Just go fucking Deadpool on their ass.
Aye. Probably Watts died. Like Ironwood does his badass shoot at Watts. And
I keep forgetting that the older people are supposed to be in the 50s.
You guys realize what would happen if it changes to Team Witch and Mercury Black steps in for the W? Do you guys realize what the team
I approve.
acronym
Make
would
it happen,
be?
Miles and Carey. Make it happen, Miles and Carey. This is your one job.
Yes.
I'm just gonna
Use your imagination, kids.
If Mercury Black takes the place of Arthur Watts in the name Team Witch, what letter is going to be put in?
I mean, if they do choose the his last name to fulfill it, it would be appropriate, because remember, Tyrion has told
I'm watching this out, guys. If you see this, here, all right, guys, here it is. Here's the team name. Team
Let's not get this video demonetized. Next.
Team Mitch, everyone. Good old Mitch.
Yeah.
Next question. Please.
42.
At least it's a better name than Oscar Wienermobile.
All right, what did we think of the Aesop's fight then? Like overall,
Pretty cool. I like how Penny was just somehow able to understand how the Winter Maiden power works. Kind of like how she was able to figure out Ruby's semblance in a split second.
she's a robot. Just go
question,
with it.
since it's
Yeah,
a
I know.
male soul, since it's a male soul inside her, would she be able to actually get the power? Since it needs
I
a
mean,
female soul.
that was essentially confirmed last volume when she did get the power. So
Yeah. Because the Maiden power
that is its own whole of questions. But
the
Yeah,
Maiden
that opens
power
too many cans of
essentially is
worms.
Yeah, the Maiden power is essentially a ball of mystery. From what Ozpin's team was able to figure out, the Maiden powers are for women only, and as it gets passed on, it's the last women in the person's thoughts. If it's a guy, it'll go to someone random, or if they don't think of anyone, it'll go to someone random. And yeah. Question: if Cinder were to get the fall powers and the Winter Maiden powers, since she technically like fuses them into herself, when she dies, would the next person be technically the fall and the Winter Maiden, or would it naturally split out in half and go to two random women?
I think it would just disperse in general because they can't mix that well.
Yeah.
That's actually a good question.
oh,
I theorize
possibly,
that
but also remember that like Oz gave them the power. Yeah.
like I theorize that in the end Cinder might get all four of the maiden powers eventually. And then
Nope.
the only hope is that we get Silverrod Ruby versus all maiden Cinder. It's just that final fight.
Seriously, you have one
God.
super boss
Oh.
with every single elemental magic in nature against the protagonist with the Sharingan.
I'm getting Naruto and Sasuke moments
I mean, what's
here.
it called? What's it called? I've heard that Ruby's gonna get a new final form around Silver Eyes. So
My God, it's actually turning into an anime.
hold on for that.
Yeah, that I can see that.
The only thing that keeps it from being a complete cliche is that the females are the main character.
Well, technically, we do have what's it called, and we have technically filled the harem cliche with Blake.
Yeah, because two are separated and one is dead. So now no one can stop the bees.
That
Moving on.
That's more of a logged hexagon than anything. That's not a harem.
And with that, I'm gonna take a sip of my tea.
Anyway.
At least you're not as thirsty as some of these characters.
Guys,
Shut up!
We do not talk about the bees.
Shut up!
Do not talk about the ship.
We don't
This
talk
will
about
not
the
be
wall.
done.
Out of this house.
We will not talk
Yes,
about
the birds
that.
and the bees.
I
That's
had
a very
enough
good
of those.
topic.
We do not discuss the toxic wasps in this household.
And you viewers, shut up. Do not mention that name.
Yes, but you do talk about the birds and the bees.
Stop it!
When you say the birds and the bees,
Shut.
I hesitate to ask.
Birds and the bees, since there's two other bird-related characters.
The only ship we can talk about is the monkey
Since it's
and the
becoming more
fire.
anime, I wouldn't be surprised if they did some dumb shit.
I
like
left
that.
out the hint of the Ruby Z ship. You can guess it. If not, wait till Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's right. How is the show going, by the way?
It's going great. The fact that I'm so late on my narrator sent me lines.
God,
It's like a dirigible that's slowly losing air, and each
Bro.
second it's catching more and more on fire.
Be responsible. Set time aside. Do your freaking lines.
Sorry,
Major
but
Every
God
car
has
thing,
to.
next.
We're
Sorry,
ready
God.
for part 5.
2020 is awful.
Yes, 2020 sucks, but we still managed to
At
get
this
our work
point-
done somehow.
At this point, just like get a damn AI or something and type the voices in or something.
Yeah, at this point, I might as well. But what's it called? I am planning to set aside time. I say I'm planning to, but whether or not I do is another
You're
thing.
not.
I will. I will.
Make a
For you
day.
guys. For you. I'll do it for you. I love you guys.
Dude, that's why we make this stuff.
Don't plan shit because if I do, it never happens.
That's why we make all this stuff.
If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't.
Even if we got a narration lines, I still got 2 more people I am looking onto that still need to send me their lines as well.
Well, if they don't do it in some certain deadline, kill the characters off and make that the punishment.
I mean, I approve of that plan.
If they get their lines back, then you can resurrect them with the damn Dragon Balls or something. I don't know.
That's a legitimate strategy, actually.
Then I'll be hated because I don't.
Obligatory screaming here. Now we're back to track.
No, I can't scream. If I do, my I will sound like I'm being choked to death. Not to mention, I don't want to wake anybody up.
You're in a series. Technically you're in a series of Dragon Ball that involves Dragon Ball, so of course you're gonna be yelling a lot. Wait.
No.
Those weren't even serious.
You're gonna have to
No.
I sound like a damn car running up if I start doing something.
The reason why mine sounds bad right now is because 1, I already used up my voice on song covers earlier, and 2, I'm not taking the yelling seriously. If either of you guys were taking it seriously just now, that was bad.
I'll have you know my screaming voice is great. Ha!
Man, I haven't even raised my voice in years.
Aw, is someone doing a little whisper? I can't hear you.
Something happened. It was awesome.
They like being submissive. That's why they like being
Hey,
quiet.
it's me.
They like being
When
a lot of
Steamy
bitches.
turns to Super Saiyan, here goes. Ah!
No. Was that a punch or a Super Saiyan?
That was a Super Saiyan.
That was pretty short.
At least they have deep voice. Lol.
Actually, out of curiosity, how long have you guys been voice acting?
I have been
question.
since last year. It's just this is actually my first role.
This is the first role that technically went through. I got cast for like 2 different things, and then they both fell short because the guy thing. So if I sound awful, yeah, you know why.
Yeah, this isn't my first project, but
Technically, this
I've
is
been
my
voice
first
acting
one.
for, I believe, come April, 2 years. And
Jesus.
I do various projects. I'm on Lady K's channel for RWBY Watch. I'm their latest RWBY. I also recently got casted for RWBY Remnants. I will be their Cinder. And I'm also a script writer for certain video games that might be coming out. I don't know, depending on the director hasn't told me anything.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw RWBY Remnants. It's an interesting project. Maybe one day we could all do a review, and maybe if I end up meeting their creator, I could do an interview with them.
That'd be cool.
Yeah,
I saw they had a Crow roll on, and I'm like, I should really get my time settled so that once I finish recording these next lines, fucking record for that because I want to be part of that.
They already casted everyone.
Bastards. I mean, it's what happened.
Finals
Flustered.
It's fair enough. I mean, they can't wait forever. What happens when I don't do things?
I saw my only regret is because I did not get to send my Todoroki lines in that abridged series that I heard in it.
Todoroki.
Yes,
I mean, I was considering going for it, but I'm like, I don't think I can
that
get.
was messed up, so I can't do Todoroki now. But I did do a Todoroki audition line on that line, and I was like, because I was practicing up my voice for it, but I didn't get a chance to like send in my lines in there.
Lazy.
This is the second role I ever
Lazy.
applied for.
Procrastinator.
It's not lazy. That's what writing does. That's what writing does to you, Rose. It stresses you out. And schoolwork.
Easy and technologically stupid.
Bro, you get a freaking schedule. You'd be like, okay, at this hour I do this.
It is when you have a bad luck of.
You just set it up and you
I can't
stick
plan
to it.
anything.
What matters is we're still doing this. We're still being awesome actors
We're
here.
professionals, I promise.
Yeah. I'm still the hybrid. I'm still the son of Goku, and High Hunter's still the guardian of Remnant, and Rose Petal. Rose Petal still is your royal highness.
Yeah, that's right. I'm best girl. Everyone knows it.
And I'm best boy.
No, you're not.
And also the what's it called? Arguably the biggest or second biggest or third biggest, depending on your point of view. The new team name.
You mean for Salem's Council or for something?
A few moments later.
That's right. Yep.
And I'm
Because
just here.
who doesn't want to put Gohan in the top 5 of the Dragon Ball characters?
Someone that has a very deep voice. That's who.
The only number 1 spot is only to those who plays Vegeta, and that's to be determined. We still haven't found our actor, and we have, well, Korra's not here, but he plays number 2 character of Dragon Ball, or number 3, which is Goku.
Yeah. I'm gonna get back to talking to the episode, or what? We are way off topic.
Bro, yeah, we got incredibly off topic.
There's
always something after the lines.
They started from the topic that should not be named to voice acting. I wonder how do we skip over that?
Maybe we can just maybe we'll do like an acting one of these, voice acting with the semi-pros and Rose Petal.
Yes, that's right.
Oh, God, my voice couldn't support that.
Ozpin, Blaze, and Weiss. And Piccolo, Wiccan meets High Hunter, Midnight, Rose, and Gozy.
You all suck.
We all are awesome.
Delusional asshole.
You know it.
Yeah. So that episode, though.
Yeah, that episode. I'm excited for at least hearing music. I haven't listened to the episode much, so I couldn't really tell if there was any vocal music in the background. So hopefully there's going to be something in the...
Didn't sound like there was.
Yeah, hopefully there's going to be something in the next episode.
Hopefully.
And I don't have to torture myself with trying to watch something I have not even seen the first episode of.
How come you have not?
Either way, I have a whole entire volume of music to memorize. Yay! Don't get me wrong, I adore the RWBY music. I think it's amazing, and I think Jeff Williams does an amazing job with the music, and Casey Lee provides godlike vocals.
Right.
Didn't Rooster Teeth remove the show from their channel?
What's it called? If you liked both of them, I think what's it called? You're talking about Volume 7 soundtrack, aren't you? Catching up on that?
Thinking about all the soundtracks. They're all great. They're all phenomenal.
Yeah.
No, I mean you're catching up on is it that one, or are you just talking about this volume's soundtrack?
No, I'm all caught up with 7. I'm talking about 8.
Okay, fair enough.
I haven't the only song I've listened and kind of like is just the Volume 8. It's just the Volume 8 opening music. I have not gotten into all of the music yet.
Not all of it has been shown yet.
To those who about to ask us to say our thoughts on music, hold on there. We wait till a few more months for the film music to come out before we say our thoughts on it.
Well, I mean, we can do the music so far, which, yeah, but then what's it called? I think you'd want to do like a collective one.
Yeah, but you
All
might
the
want to
music.
try to avoid
Try to do it
copyright.
all at
because-
once rather than just them by bits, and just rather than just.
I'd be more than happy to do a song cover.
Absolutely.
You try to
Not that
ad-lib a song.
Good, but I can
Actually, have
certainly.
any of you guys even heard me sing?
Yeah.
What's it called?
You
You
did.
did home for
Yeah.
one of us in one of the
Already
things.
had-
Oh, that's right. I completely
You sung
forgot.
Home and you sung Mirror Mirror in your audition.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. I'm sorry.
And if you like, I could sit.
No, you're not. You were
You
great.
ad-lib
Matt.
something.
No, you're not sorry.
Don't be sorry. If you haven't sung,
No. Listen, I'm apologize for forgetting because my memory is
Right.
terrible. I'm not sorry for my bad vocal.
you blessed us.
You don't
blessed
wanna
us
hear
with
me
your
sing.
vocals.
Probably got a better memory.
Stop it.
You don't want to hear me sing.
Wow, way to get us curious.
You're often not curious when you just said that. You know that, right?
Too bad.
It's the
I'm
truth.
not a good singer.
Yeah, there's a lot. Speaking of music,
You
there's
are
a
not
lot
going to
of.
make me sing.
I'm not supposed to say this, but like, there's a lot of music for Ruby Z that I want to write into, but I need to find a music writer to help out with.
We'll do a democratic
Right.
vote. All in favor of hearing me sing, say aye.
All in favor of just doing what's it called? Like a group song right now. Spontaneous YMCA. YMCA.
YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
YMCA.
I didn't even know what y'all singing about.
They got everybody for your man to enjoy. We can hang out with all the boys. Me and the boys.
Boys.
Yeah. I think I got a song. I just got to remember the lyrics for it.
So this Nerds of Remnant review has turned into karaoke night.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
12 o'clock midnight.
Okay, so basically, here's what happened in the discussion. Penny hacking, nice. Mercury theory, seems pretty good. Aesop's, I hate Harriet. And that's it.
And so, as we conclude this, oh yeah, we forgot about the fight, guys. So I'm just gonna say, it's great to see all of them work together to beat Penny. But who am I kidding? They got defeated again and then look like jokes again.
Makes you wonder why they didn't use this teamwork in Volume 7.
Gosh, I wonder why.
We'll talk about that another time. Hold your thoughts on that.
Ever notice that Clover was never in those team-ups?
Yeah, but I mean, if you're really going to tell me that their good luck charm bought them all their things, then like it's more crippling. There's a lot of ways you can do about it. Like I still enjoyed this episode. I'm prepared to say this is a good episode, but only if you acknowledge that like some of Volume 7 gets tarnished because of it. Like it's like reactionary to Volume 7. I feel, if that makes sense.
Right. So that just make this so
Get it?
them working together seem surprisingly able to work together. It just makes you wonder, why did they not do this in Volume 7? Oh,
That's all you can.
Oh, I don't know.
Probably wanted to save it for the end game.
Probably.
Yeah.
Simple
Yeah. I
answer.
mean, the simplest is probably the easiest there, and it's also worth noting that what's it called? In particular, the Aesop fight was written by Eddie, and this episode was written completely by Kiersey.
Right.
That's right.
So what's it called? The writing on Kiersey's end, I've at the expense of saying dissing Eddie, it's making up for Eddie's poor fighting decisions, shall we say?
Yeah. what? It just makes me wonder what? It just makes me miss the old fighting writer
Oh, I just got an idea.
thing.
Oh,
You know, everyone's making theories about Penny being hacked, but how is Watts gonna hack Penny with just her sword?
I mean, he hacked the entire Atlas military through a signal on the ship, so the man can really work wonders.
That's because that's because he helped build that. He had access to those files, considering that he probably built most of them from the ground up. What I think they're going to do is, instead of hacking Penny, they might make a clone of her. That could. However, knowing that they're gonna need aura, Watts could use his. Watts would be forced to use his own, probably because Iron holds him at gunpoint to the head, and that's where he would die.
So Watts' soul inside. So Watts' like life aura inside the clone robot.
No, like he gave him part of his aura. I don't know. It's a dumb theory. The hacking one probably has more sustenance.
What's it
It's
called?
just a dumb
Ironwood does
idea
have
that
the
crossed my mind.
well,
Or
not
it could-
necessarily. It's not entirely stupid.
Or it could be that the soul is trying to take control of the body.
So now you say, sorry. Now you just mentioned about it. The cloning one makes sense, but we all know they're probably gonna do the hacking part due to
Mainly because
Watts'
it's
line.
easier, and Rooster Teeth don't like to take risks, guys.
They really don't.
Well, no, because they gotta make sure they gotta play it safe so that way their company's in safe. Because right now it's in shambles.
Because of all the drama and because all the drama that happened to them.
The drama and the trauma, it be like that.
If you want to know the full story, well, they'll just be Google. Just Google it.
Google it. We're not gonna do everything for you. We're not your parents. If you're interested about it, look it up yourself. Do your own research. Come up with your own opinion.
Yes.
At this point, they're on the Titanic and they got a buckets that are trying to pull out the water overboard.
If you want the short answer,
A few moments later.
All right, so what else? What else to talk about?
so in conclusion, everyone, what do we all think of this story as a whole? Sorry, this whole episode as a
It
whole.
could use major improvements.
Correction. If you ask me, I think that this is one of the episodes that I find at least a little entertaining and something that I won't have to be mad upon.
Entertaining.
It's entertaining. It's entertaining, and it feels like they knew what they were doing when they made this episode. Unlike every other times I say this, but I'm gonna I'll allow it. There are some things that I find considered a little off, but I'll allow it because it looks like they know what they're doing in this episode. So I'll give them points. So I'll give them some. I'll say it's a 9 or 8 out of 10. If you ask me. On to you, Rose.
I basically gave most of my stuff from earlier. I love Nora's little therapy session. She's close to becoming best girl from that scene alone.
Where is she now in the tier list then?
She's pretty high up on the, like, you know those boards where you would like check off the characters in a specific color for like hate, dislike, neutral, like, love, or favorite.
Yes, either that or like even if you just rank her, what's her ranking if not the tier list?
She's a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Penny's development, I feel like it's a little bit too simple, but I find it entertaining. Nonetheless, Aesop's, I already said it before, I hate Harriet.
They're all jokes.
And I feel like Ironwood is going insane. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's hard for us to finish now.
All right, so I guess I'm lost then. I'm prepared to say this is an entertaining episode, provided we acknowledge much of it is damage control to some extent. It's varying extents, like what's it called? What's not hacking Penny before? This explains it, but it's still a damage control bit. The Aesop's fighting great, entertaining as hell. Didn't happen last volume though, but I will take it. It's damage control. The only thing I can't accept as damage control, and while I'm remembering it now, let's all pray for Bill because he's now probably out of a job.
Whom's?
Remember the guy that spilled the coffee? He's probably out of a job now, so let's pray for him. Poor Bill.
Bill, this is what you get when you bring food and drinks to your workspace. The sign, you just had to read the sign,
Bill.
man. It was right there. You could have just read it. I feel so terrible.
Now he's probably out of a job and now homeless. Actually, no. My canon thought now is that Ironwood found out who because the Aesops failed. Ironwood immediately went to the base and said, "Who's responsible for this?" Everyone pointed to Bill, and then he just kicked him out of Atlas.
Shut him.
Or shot him out of Atlas, I should say. Shooting's more his thing.
Yeah, he's been pretty trigger happy.
Yeah, so there's no more Bill.
Bye, Bill.
Bye, Bill.
Don't worry, Bill has a career in science. Bill has a career in science.
Oh, guys. This might be how, could this be Bill Cipher's origins?
Stop it! This is RWBY, not Gravity Falls. This is a cross fandom. Don't do that.
No.
Just no.
He's Bill Nye. He is Bill Nye. He is not Bill Cipher. Go fuck yourself. I don't want to hear that shit.
Velvet's dad?
Oh.
That's around now because of what's it called? Velvet's dad, according to the book, goes by the name William, and Bill is short for William in some circumstances. So,
how is Bill short for William?
I don't make the rules. I
I've
just
ironed
follow
it,
them.
and the evidence is actually pretty high up there. But RWBY is not the Owl House.
Give it time.
Give it time. We don't know the
No,
future.
Owl House is
What's her name?
in my opinion, I think Owl House is better than RWBY. Anywho, off topic. I digress. I apologize.
I'll allow it.
All right, so the main issue I wanted to bring up was we all know that the station went on red alert because Ironwood spotted, or Watts told Ironwood that, oh, hey, Pietro's in there, or Penny's in there. We all remember that little bit where the base was on red alert?
Yeah.
Where did everyone go after the Aesops left? Did they all just collectively go on lunch break?
They all went on lunch break and they were fixing the computer because of poor Bill.
I mean, that's the only reason I can assume.
Come on.
Yeah, that's the only reason I can assume that RWBY got out of there really easily when they went back to the plane.
I could just imagine they're about to start chasing her. Then they hear an alarm, and then someone yells, "Union break!"
Ooh, guys, Bill, since I made my theory, guys, it's confirmed. Bill's gonna be the next new main villain of RWBY Z after Boo and Salem.
Stop it. Stop it.
No.
Stop it right
No.
now. We're not doing that. I'm not one of the writers for the show, but don't do that.
No, I will boycott this entire show. You will not hear me again if you put that dumb shit in there.
I have
Okay.
better projects to be a part in. I can leave.
If you want madness, at least have some sort of sense into it.
At least have decent build up and decent evidence.
At least make it credible.
Yeah.
Don't do a Bumblebee.
Also, I said about missing that ship.
Just don't. What's it called? Bumblebee didn't have the build up. Whatever
That's
you're
why
doing,
I have you
make
then.
sure it has the build up.
You're Iro.
Build it.
I don't think the narrator has the job of building up a character.
3:28 a.m.
I believe I'm the youngest.
I mean, you're 15, so you are
16.
Oh.
Yeah, you're definitely young.
Well, I guess you could say we're both the youngest.
You've been voice acting for 2 years. You started when you were 14?
Yes. Well,
Damn,
come April, it will be 2 years.
I mean, she had to get the voice before puberty hit, so.
Shut up! Shut up!
I mean,
I'll have you know that puberty came before I started voice acting.
Where you started voice cracking.
Shut up!
Is that voice cracking? Be careful there, Rose. You're about to say something there.
I meant voice acting.
Are you sure? It's okay. There's nothing to be embarrassed about.
Voice acting Flo. Yes, of course.
But yes, come April, it'll be 2 years. I did start when I was 14.
Coming in 2021.
And I've actually been singing for 6 years. Singing since I was 10, baby.
Nice. It'll be 2 years after next year. Singing for 2 years. Though I'm a terrible singer, though I believe my voice is processing. I have to stick some dynamite. Need to be careful and make sure my sister's out of the house before she comes. And Ashley
tells you to not stick a dynamite in your throat.
Stop.
No, the neighbors call the animal control, and the animal control comes to your house and says there's a dying cat.
Basically, here's how I do when I need to prepare up for volume 2. Just make sure my sister and mom's out of the house. Grab Corn and Drift and whoever's gonna play Neptune. Get in the GC, and we practice our BTS singing. I'm sorry I'm doing this to y'all.
Oh, get out right now. Leave. Leave. Be gone.
Right. I'm already.
Oh God. You are no longer part of the group. You're only the maker of the show. We don't need you.
Yeah. I forgot I was supposed to find the lyrics for a song to sing so you guys could judge.
Goddamn, we just got back to the top of acting, voice, and singing, didn't we?
Exactly.
Yeah, we did. We really need to wrap it up.
And then
this is no longer became a review of RWBY. This just turned into a show on how our life has been in voice.
Just cut this part.
Moving on
for the next video.
Cut away.
Cut away. This up.
Go away, Craig.
We already
skip it. So let me get it straight. You're me from another universe? Yeah, that's right. I voiced you. Lastly, I don't voice the canon you. There's this guy named Kyle who voices the canon you. I voiced the RWBY you. Oh. Well, that makes sense, I guess.
What do you mean you're the voice of me? I have so many questions for you, old man.
So what exactly are you, and why do you look like that?
First of all, I have phenomenal fashion sense. Thank you very much. Second, I'm just someone who sounds like you. Basically it. Want to go shopping? Sure.
Just a country
Okay,
that just sounds like somebody.
I think we gotta get. But if we get a chance to do something like this again, we have got to get Drift and Cannon in here because I know they'd be dying to do this when we had the chance.